Okay, so tell us about this one.
This is the Albatross. It's an amphibious airplane, and the airplane was designed to land on water to rescue downed pilots that got shot down during the war.
Oh, wow.
And it was actually an airplane that went for a fairly long time after the war, even into the 1970s, and it was a multi-service airplane. So the Navy had it, the Marines, the Army Air Corps, and then of course the Air Force got them too. And then later on in the 60s, they were replaced, and they were given to Air National Guard units throughout the country, mainly on the east and the west coast.
So was there like a special training to learn how to fly it on water? Because I don't think they teach that in regular flight school.
No, actually the pilots that learned to fly on these, from what I'm told, went to the Navy, and the Navy actually taught them how to fly these airplanes and to land on the water. So it was similar to if you're going to fly in a helicopter, you go to the Army.
Oh, okay.
Army trains all helicopter pilots regardless of service. Okay.
So how big was the crew on this?
4 to 5, depending upon what the mission requirements were. And so you have 2 guys in front, pilot, navigator, co-pilot, and then 2 guys in the back, which pulled the downed airmen out of the water.
So it rescued people. What about like equipment and stuff, or if a boat was down or something? Can I do stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, you could take equipment from base to base, small stuff, but you can also transport people, soldiers and sailors and whatever else. It didn't have a big payload, but it was good enough for short runs and to facilitate, maintenance if, they need parts or whatever. They put it in one of these, land on the lagoon, offload it, and then they would fix the airplanes there at the base where they were at.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how long has this been at Castle?
We've had this since 1983.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah. Shows you how old I am.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's been here, and we put one paint job on it since we've got it, and it's due for another one. And so hopefully we're going to get it in the paint cycle here in the next 2 years or 3.
Is this the only amphibious plane at Castle Air Museum?
Yes, this is the only amphibious airplane that we have. Right. And we got it from the Air National Guard, and I believe we got it from the unit up at the 163rd up at Moffett Field, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It has radial engines and not turbines, and which is really kind of neat. But it goes back to the Second World War.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was designed in the late 30s, and it was designed to take the place of the PBY Catalina, if you ever seen one of them. And eventually it did, but yeah, so that's the story with that. It's a very rugged airplane too. And when they crash as a whole. They didn't very seldom broke up.
Wow.
Yeah, from what I've understood. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for showing us that plane today.
Well, hey, not a problem. It's got a lot of history, and it was a unique airplane for its day, and now these were replaced basically by the helicopter.
Wow.
Yeah, the Sea Stallions and everything. So if you have a downed airman, the Sea Stallion comes in and hovers, and they drop a frogman in the water, and they pull him up, and then that's how they get into it now, instead of landing on the carrier or landing on the water and pulling the guy out. Yeah.